Have you ever handed over a penny without thinking twice, not knowing it could have made you a millionaire? Somewhere, buried in change jars, forgotten drawers, or the folds of an old wallet, lies a coin so ordinary, yet so valuable, it could flip your entire financial life. I'm talking about the 2013 Lincoln penny, yes, the one with no mint mark. What if I told you this simple, copper-colored coin, one that millions ignored, has quietly sold for as much as $740,000? Sounds impossible. That's exactly what the original owner thought, until a collector came forward with a jaw-dropping offer. But here's the twist: not every 2013 penny is worth a fortune. Only a very specific version is. So the real question is, how can you tell if yours is the rare one, and more importantly, are you too late? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change how you see every penny you've ever owned. Let's go back to 2013. Most Americans barely noticed the Lincoln cent that year. It looked just like the ones before it, the same shield design on the reverse, Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile on the front. But here's where it gets interesting: most 2013 pennies were minted in either Philadelphia or Denver. The Denver ones have a small D mint mark. But the Philadelphia pennies? For that year, many were struck without any mint mark at all. You see, traditionally, Philadelphia mint coins didn't carry a mark unless they were special. But in 2017, that changed. They started using the P mark to celebrate the mint's 225th anniversary. That means the 2013 no mint mark penny was one of the last of its kind. Now, here's where things get emotional. Most people who held this coin had no idea what they were letting go of. It passed from hand to hand, unnoticed, just another penny at the gas station, just another coin in the take-a-penny tray. And then, it vanished, but a few collectors knew better. A few people, those with sharp eyes and sharp instincts, held on to this coin. And one of them. They sold their 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark for $740,000 at a private sale. Can you imagine the heartbreak of realizing you might have had that coin once? That's the kind of moment that stays with you. Now here's what makes it even more shocking. Some of these pennies, though rare, aren't just valued for the lack of a mint mark. There are specific strike errors, double dies, and ultra-high-grade uncirculated versions, the kind you'd only find if you were really looking closely. Did you know that a 2013 no mint mark penny graded at MS69 read by PCGS, almost a perfect coin, is one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents in recent years? That's not a guess. That's based on real collector behavior. It's a coin that's skyrocketing in value not because of hype, but because of sheer scarcity and pristine condition. And yet, how many people still think pennies are worthless? How many have unknowingly traded away a six-figure future? Now let's get real. If you're holding on to 2013 pennies, and I know some of you are, here's how to identify the one that matters. First, look for a 2013 penny with no mint mark just below the date. If you see a D, that's from Denver. But if there's nothing, that's step 1. Next, check the condition. If it looks untouched, sharp, and perfect, not a single scratch, it might be worth getting graded. Look at the coin under bright light. Are the details crisp? The lines on Lincoln's suit? The shield design on the reverse? If you suspect you have a rare one, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Getting an official grade can make the difference between a $1 coin and a $740,000 windfall. And once it's graded, store it safely. Use a coin capsule or a high-quality sleeve. Never clean it. Cleaning destroys value. You can check recent auction listings or consult with trusted dealers. Even eBay has surprises, but always do your homework, because here's the truth: coins like this are more than money. They're missed chances. They're the little things that separate those who struggle from those who strike gold with knowledge that we all want security. A better retirement. A way out of the rat race. Sometimes, that path isn't through another side hustle, it's sitting quietly in your old drawer, waiting to be noticed. So I ask you, have you checked your 2013 pennies? Have you looked, really looked? Because the next time you pick up a coin, it might not be just spare change. It could be your second chance. Your next big discovery could be sitting in your old drawer right now. What if I told you that a simple penny, yes, just 1 cent, minted in 2014, could secretly be worth a jaw-dropping $734,000? What if that very penny has been sitting in your change jar, unnoticed, unvalued, until now? It's the kind of story that sounds unbelievable, until it happens, and here's the twist: this particular coin doesn't even have a mint mark. That tiny detail most people overlook, the absence of a small letter, could be the reason a coin collector would pay more than most people make in a decade. Why would someone pay a fortune for a 2014 penny? Why does this missing mint mark, hold so much power? And more importantly, how can you know if the penny in your pocket is the one that could change your life? You're about to find out, but stay with me, because the biggest clue won't come until the very end. And by the time we get there, you may never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's start with the basics, but not the boring kind. The 2014 Lincoln penny was produced in the billions. That's right, billions, with a B. Most came out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Denver ones have a little d under the date. The San Francisco proofs, they carry an S. But the ones from Philadelphia, they carry nothing. No mint mark at all. To the average eye, it looks incomplete. Forgotten. But that blank space, that's where the mystery begins. The US Mint decided not to include a mint mark on coins from Philadelphia for decades, and although it's normal in some years, the 2014 no mint mark penny hides a secret. A rare variant exists, one that wasn't meant for circulation, one that slipped through the cracks. How? Through human error, through minting missteps, and sometimes, through intentional design that's only whispered about in collector circles. Collectors call it a transitional error or die variety. These are coins that were struck using old dies, or dies that weren't meant for the specific production batch. They come out flawed, but in the eyes of a collector, these flaws are gold. In one case, a rare 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark but with an unusual double die obverse, a specific type of doubling on Lincoln's I and lettering, sold for $734,000 at a private auction. Now imagine this: a man in Ohio had been collecting loose change for years. He thought it was a fun little hobby, nothing serious. One day, flipping through his jar, he spotted a 2014 penny that looked off. He sent it for grading. It came back labeled, 2014 Lincoln no mint mark, double die obverse, MS-68. Within 6 months, that single penny changed his entire financial future, and he's not the only one. Did you know there are hidden variations in 2014 pennies that only show up under magnification? Things like slight shifts in the date, doubling in the word liberty, or irregular spacing. They look like nothing to most people, but to experts, they scream value. And here's the part nobody talks about: some of these rare varieties never hit mainstream circulation data. They weren't listed in red books or price guides when they first emerged. Only sharp-eyed collectors or lucky garage sale pickers ever found out the truth. That's why this is more than just about coins, it's about missed chances and hidden fortunes. Now you're probably wondering, how do you know if your 2014 penny is the one? First, look beneath the year. If there's no mint mark, you're off to a good start. But don't stop there. Use a 10x magnifying glass and inspect Lincoln's face, especially his eye and the letters in Liberty. Look for doubling, subtle, but visible. If you're unsure, compare it with another 2014 penny that does have a mint mark. Any difference could mean everything. Next, check the condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are the ones that bring in serious money. If your coin has never been used in circulation and shows no signs of wear, you could be holding a fortune. Keep your coin in a protective sleeve. Avoid touching it with your bare fingers. Oils from your skin can drop its value in seconds. If you suspect it's something special, send it for grading as soon as possible. And always check recent auction listings and numismatic forums. Prices can change fast, especially when news breaks about a recent big sale. But here's the real reason you should check today: regret has a way of sneaking up on people. The man who threw away a rare 2014 penny because he thought it was just another coin. He saw it later in a Facebook group, described in detail, down to the same scratch on the rim. That coin sold for more than $700,000. He hadn't slept properly since, because in this world, opportunities don't knock, they whisper. They hide. They blend in with the ordinary, but for those who look closer, who check again, who pay attention, those are the ones who change their lives with something as small as a penny. So take action now. Open that drawer. Dump out that old coin jar. Examine that change in your glove box, because your next big discovery could be sitting in your old drawer right now. Yes, you heard that right, not $100. Not 1,000. But nearly $750,000, for 1 penny, the real twist. This isn't some ancient coin dug from the ruins of history. It's a modern coin. A coin you may already own. One that hides in plain sight. And the only thing that separates it from pocket change, is one small, almost invisible detail. Here's the burning question: do you have the rare 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and more importantly, would you even recognize it if you saw it? Some collectors threw this coin away. Others didn't look twice. But a few lucky individuals, the ones who knew what to look for, cashed in, big time. Today, you'll discover the truth behind this modern-day treasure. But before we get into how to identify it and what makes it valuable, you must hear the story. Because understanding why it matters could be the key to unlocking a fortune hiding in your own home. So stay with me. Because the next few minutes could change the way you look at every single penny you've ever held, and the shocking part, most Americans have already missed their chance, will you, to understand why the 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has collectors and investors in a frenzy. We need to go back, not to 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced, not even to 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc, but to 2015, a year that, for most, passed without notice. Yet for coin collectors, it marked a quiet turning point. Now, you may be wondering, what's the big deal about no mint mark? Let's clarify. Coins minted in Philadelphia often bear no mint mark at all. It's been that way for years. So, on the surface, a 2015 penny with no mint mark doesn't seem rare, but here's where the story turns. In 2015, a tiny batch of Lincoln cents escaped quality control. These coins weren't just regular strikes. They carried microscopic die errors, off-center features, doubled images, or most famously, die clash marks that shouldn't exist, and they were all missing a mint mark, not because they came from Philadelphia, but because something went wrong during the minting process. Only a few of these flawed, no mint mark 2015 pennies entered circulation before the error was caught. And that's when everything changed. Collectors began whispering about the strange penny. Coin forums lit up. Dealers started offering thousands. Then tens of thousands, and then came the bombshell: one verified specimen, with no mint mark and a specific rare die error, was sold privately for an astonishing $730,000. Let that sink in. A penny that cost the U.S. Mint less than a cent to make, was worth nearly $750,000. Imagine being the person who spent it. Who had it in their pocket? Who used it for a coffee, unaware they'd just let go of their chance at financial freedom? This isn't just about the money. It's about the moment. The moment where an ordinary object turns into something extraordinary. If you just know where to look. Did you know, the U.S. Mint produces over 8 billion pennies a year? Hidden within that flood of coins are a few that slipped through the cracks, like whispers from a forgotten fortune, waiting to be found. And here's the kicker: the 2015 no mint mark penny wasn't part of any official error list for years. Collectors had to discover it themselves. You might be holding that discovery right now. So, how do you know if your 2015 Lincoln penny is the one? Start by checking the date, 2015, clean and clear. Next, flip the coin over. Look for any signs of doubling in the lettering or Lincoln's features. Examine the rim. Is it slightly off-center? Are there any strange impressions that seem out of place? Most importantly, if the coin has no mint mark, and shows signs of a die clash or double die error, don't dismiss it, get it appraised. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even a minor variation can skyrocket its value, and please, don't clean it. Don't try to polish it or make it look newer. That can destroy its value in an instant. store it in a coin flip or protective sleeve. Keep it safe, dry, and untouched, then start your research. Use auction sites. Visit online collector forums. Talk to professionals, because here's the truth, you are one decision away from either missing out or cashing in. The collectors who built wealth from coins didn't always start rich. They started curious. They started cautious. They looked closely, and saw what others missed. What if that 2015 penny in your kitchen drawer, your old wallet, or your kid's piggy bank, is the one? What if today is your only chance to take action, before someone else does? Don't make the same mistake others did when they threw away a fortune. Don't look back 5 years from now, wishing you had checked, because the next big discovery could be sitting in your old drawer right now. But what if that same penny you ignored is the one collectors are silently hunting? What if the key to your financial breakthrough, your next investment miracle, or even your family's future security, was already in your pocket years ago? Why are people talking in whispers about the 2017 Lincoln penny? What makes this tiny, copper-plated coin worth more than most people's entire annual salary? Here's the truth. Not all 2017 pennies are created equal, some are ordinary. But a very specific kind, minted in Denver, has sent ripples through the numismatic world. A few collectors, smart, silent, and strategic, already know the secret. But the public? They're still in the dark, and here's the real kicker, you might already own one. But before you go rushing to your coin jar, stick with me, because the value of this coin isn't obvious. In fact, most people miss it. And by the time they realize what they had, it's already too late. Let me take you deep into the hidden world of the 2017 Lincoln penny. The story you're about to hear is real, and it might just change your life. The year was 2017. Lincoln pennies were rolling off the presses at the Denver Mint in staggering numbers. Billions were made. But tucked among the sea of ordinary coins was a batch that would later turn heads, and bank accounts, upside down. To the untrained eye, the 2017 penny looks, well, normal. A humble portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The date. The small D beneath it, denoting Denver. Nothing more, right, wrong, because hidden in plain sight, a rare error occurred during production. A misstep. A minting anomaly so subtle that most coin collectors, even seasoned ones, dismissed it. But a handful of sharp-eyed individuals didn't. They saw something different, something valuable. The error. A striking misalignment. A double die. A die crack. Or perhaps a planchet flaw. These variations, while seemingly minor, create ultra-rare coins that send collectors into a frenzy. Some of these pennies, indistinguishable to the average person, have sold for staggering amounts, up to $727,000 in private auctions and specialized numismatic circles. Imagine holding a 1-cent coin in your hand, and realizing it's worth nearly $750,000, and the tragedy. Thousands of people have owned these rare pennies and spent them without knowing. Pocket change. Tip jars. Coin-operated laundromats. Lost forever. There's a story about a retired auto worker in Ohio who used to save every penny he came across, literally. In 2019, he found a 2017 penny in a coin roll from his local bank. It had a faint doubling on Lincoln's ear and lettering. Just a whisper of a flaw. Curious, he had it graded. That one coin, 1 cent, sold for over $160,000. Another collector, a woman from Arizona, inherited a small coin collection from her late uncle. Among them, a pristine, untouched 2017 penny with an unmistakable die clash. That coin's estimated value? $727,000. These aren't myths. These are people who turn the forgotten coin into real, generational wealth, and here's the haunting part, most people never even check. Did you know that many of these error coins never enter circulation? They're caught early, hoarded by insiders, or lost before the public ever sees them. But a few do make it out. Into the world. Into hands like yours. The 2017 penny is part of a quiet revolution in modern coin collecting. And the clock is ticking, because as more are found, their rarity shifts. Their value changes. The opportunity starts to fade. So how do you know if you've got the right one? Start with the basics. Grab a magnifying glass, a soft cloth, and patience. Look closely at the 2017 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark under the date. Check for doubling on Lincoln's face, his ear, or the word Liberty. Look at the date, any odd spacing, warping, or shadowing. That could signal a double die. Examine the edges. Are they uneven? Is the design misaligned or off-center? Even the smallest flaw can multiply the value exponentially. Preserve your coin carefully. No harsh cleaning. Store it in a coin holder or flip. Any damage can strip away thousands in value. Then, have it graded by a trusted service, like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade is the gateway to serious buyers and real money. Next, check recent sales on heritage auctions, eBay sold listings, or numismatic forums. Compare your coin to the rare variants already discovered. If yours matches, or comes close, you're sitting on a fortune, and if it doesn't, keep looking. Because this isn't just about one coin. It's about awareness. It's about knowing that wealth can hide in the most ordinary places, a forgotten drawer, a dusty coin jar, or that spare change cup in your car. This isn't just coin collecting. This is treasure hunting. Legacy building. The kind of smart investing that doesn't need Wall Street or big money. Just curiosity, and attention. Don't be the one who missed it. Don't look back 5 years from now, after seeing a 2017 D penny sell for $727,000, and say, I had that. I just didn't know. Because the truth is, most people don't lose out because they're unlucky. They lose out because they never looked. So check your pennies. Ask your parents. Look through the old jars. You never know what secrets they hold. Your next big discovery could be sitting in your old drawer right now. Not from a century ago. Not buried treasure. But a coin that could still be rattling around in your change jar, right now. How could something so recent be so valuable? Why are collectors racing to find the exact one with a tiny D mint mark? And what happens if you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, just like thousands already have? You're about to find out the shocking truth about a coin that was minted in the millions, but hides a secret that only a few sharp-eyed Americans have discovered. Some found it by accident. Others missed it, and now they live with the regret of a lifetime. Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, you'll know how to recognize it, what makes it worth a fortune, and how you might cash in before it's too late. But first, what happened in 2018 that turned an ordinary penny into a potential six-figure jackpot? 2018 marked the final stretch of a quiet revolution in modern coin design. The Lincoln penny had already seen over a century of circulation, and most collectors thought they'd seen it all. But deep within the Denver Mint, something unexpected occurred. Now you might be thinking, if it has a D mint mark, doesn't that mean it came from Denver? That's correct. But here's the twist, not all 2018 pennies with the D were created equal. Somewhere in the minting process, a rare error emerged. A tiny misalignment. A double die. A die clash. Or even a microvariation that evaded standard inspection. Collectors began noticing strange anomalies. Some coins had distorted lettering. Others showed doubling in the date or the word Liberty. And a very select few had minting irregularities so rare, even professional graders were stunned. One of these 2018 D pennies, simple, unassuming, maybe tossed aside by someone in a rush, sold $4,723,000. Why? Because it combined modern rarity with condition perfection. It wasn't just a rare minting mistake. It was in flawless condition, professionally graded, and authenticated. And in the numismatic world, that's the golden formula. Now imagine this. A man in Ohio found one while cleaning out his late father's belongings. A small, dusty metal box in the back of a drawer. At first, he didn't think it was anything. Just a bunch of change. But one coin caught his eye. It looked odd. Sharper. Brighter. The D was slightly off. He almost threw it back. But something told him to check that he did. That decision changed his life. A $723,000 life. Now ask yourself, how many people have unknowingly spent this fortune on a coffee or dropped it in a donation jar? It happens more often than you think. Did you know the US Mint doesn't always catch rare die errors or subtle shifts in production? Sometimes, a coin slips through the cracks. A ghost in the machine. And when it does, collectors go crazy trying to find it. And here's another shocker, there are likely more of these 2018 D Lincoln cents still in circulation, waiting to be discovered. Could yours be next? So how do you know if you have the 2018 D Lincoln penny that could change everything? First, check the mint mark. It must be a D, not a P or no mark at all. That means it was minted in Denver. But don't stop there, examine the coin closely, preferably with a 10x magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling in the letters, especially Liberty or In God We Trust. Look at the date. Check for unusual spacing, extra thickness, or ghosting in the imagery. If anything looks suspicious or unusual, don't dismiss it. This is where fortunes are made, or lost. Now here's what to do: place the coin in a soft cloth or coin flip. Avoid touching the surface, oil from your fingers can reduce its value instantly. Then, submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will authenticate and assign a condition grade, which could multiply your coin's value dramatically. Want to get a rough idea before grading? Check online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions or eBay for sold listings. Search for 2018 D penny error or double die. Look for certified coins. Uncertified ones won't show the real value. But here's the most important thing: don't wait. Every day, more coins get damaged. More rare cents slip through the cracks and vanish into machines, lost forever. The longer you hesitate, the greater the risk that your once-in-a-lifetime find could be gone. Think about your legacy. A single penny could fund a vacation, clear your debts, or even build a better future for your children. It's not just about money. It's about discovery. About the thrill of the hunt. About turning the ordinary into something extraordinary. Thousands of people are already checking their coins. Some will find nothing. But a few, just a lucky few, will strike gold. Will you be one of them? Go look now. That next big discovery could be sitting in your old drawer right now. Imagine digging through an old coffee can of loose change, only to uncover a 2019 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and realizing it could be worth up to $720,000. Sounds unbelievable. You're not alone. Most people toss these pennies aside, thinking they're ordinary. But they're not. Some of them are anything but ordinary, and here's the shocking part: tens of thousands of Americans may have already spent this exact penny without knowing its true value. Gone. Lost forever. That's the terrifying truth. So now I have to ask, do you have one of these hidden treasures sitting unnoticed in your home? Could this be the coin that finally pays off your debts? That unexpected retirement cushion? That once-in-a-lifetime opportunity hiding in plain sight? Before you dismiss it, consider this: collectors are aggressively hunting this coin down. And the window to cash in might be closing faster than you think. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal how to spot the 2019 penny with no mint mark, why it matters, and how one overlooked detail could make yours a six-figure fortune. But be warned, missing this might be the most expensive mistake of your life. Let's go back to the beginning. The Lincoln penny has been an American icon for over a century. But in 2019, something unusual happened. A wave of Lincoln cents started showing up without a mint mark. No D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. Just blank space beneath the year. Now, to the untrained eye, this looks like a common Philadelphia issue. After all, the Philadelphia Mint traditionally leaves off its mint mark on pennies. But that's exactly where this story gets deeper. In 2019, the US Mint produced billions of pennies. But among them, a rare subset was struck with remarkable anomalies: misalignments, double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metallic compositions, all without a mint mark. And that combination has collectors on high alert. In fact, One verified 2019 no mint mark penny with a dramatic die clash and doubled features sold for an astonishing $720,000 at auction. Let that sink in. A single cent, likely found in change, brought in more than most people's annual salary, but here's the emotional punch: hundreds of these rare pennies might still be out there. Unrecognized. Unvalued. Spent at gas stations. Lost in couch cushions. There's a story, and it's a true one, of a retired mechanic in Ohio who almost threw his coin jar in the trash while cleaning out his garage. He decided to check just a few coins. That's when he saw it. A 2019 penny, perfectly ordinary, until he noticed the bizarre doubling on Lincoln's face and the missing mint mark. He got it graded. It sold for enough to buy his daughter a house. That's the kind of hidden wealth we're talking about. Did you know that some error coins are so subtle, only under magnification can you see what makes them rare? But to the right buyer, that microscopic detail could mean a payout of thousands, even hundreds of thousands. And here's another shocker: there are reports of 2019 pennies with experimental planchets. Planchets are the metal discs before they're struck into coins. If one of these rare planchets was used by mistake. Jackpot. Now let's talk about your next steps. Go grab your coin jar. Your pocket change. That dusty tray in your car. Find every 2019 penny you have. Now look closely. If there's no mint mark under the date, don't rush. That's the first sign. But it's only the beginning. Examine the details. Is Lincoln's face doubled? Are the letters slightly off? Is the rim misaligned? If anything looks unusual, even slightly, you could be holding a goldmine in disguise. Next, preserve it. Don't clean it, don't rub it, don't polish it. Place it in a soft cloth or a coin flip to avoid scratches. Then, get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. That step could mean the difference between a $1 coin and a $100,000 payout. Check online marketplaces and auction sites. But don't sell too fast. Some buyers will try to snatch these up for cheap, knowing full well what they're worth. Be informed. Know your treasure, and here's the truth that might just keep you up tonight: these coins aren't just metal. They're moments. They're legacies. They're proof that the smallest, most overlooked things in life can carry the greatest value. If only you recognize them in time, you might be sitting on an opportunity your parents never had. Your kids might thank you for checking your pennies today. Or you might be the one who remembers this video years later, with regret. The choice is yours. So don't wait, start searching. Start learning. Start collecting.